ごめんね素直じゃなくて夢の中なら言える思考回路はショート寸前今すぐ会いたいよ泣きたくなるよなムーンライト電話もできないみんなだって純情どうしようハートは万華鏡月の光に導かれ何度も巡り合う星座の瞬き数え占う恋の行方同じ国に生まれたのミラクルロマンス信じているのミラクルロマンス
Hey guys, welcome to episode 12 of Moonie Thoughts. This is Katie, and I'm here with Hellenjane, my co-host.
Hello.
And we have a pretty cool episode for you, considering it's the crystal finale, so we have a lot to talk about for the episode. But we have a few things to go over first. One of them being that this is the beginning of September, we wanted to take a moment to remember the families and the loved ones of those lost in the September 11th attacks, and to dedicate this episode to them because, carrying on and continuing to embrace our freedoms to do things like this is important in the face of tragedies like that. So we want to dedicate this episode to the memory of those lost at the Twin Towers.
And our goal for this episode is to make it as fun as possible. The second thing is that I hope you guys enjoyed our 3 main topics. And if you want to know more about the culture, the myths and legends of Japan and all that kind of jazz, there is YouTube videos out there, but I want to recommend you guys 3 channels. The first one is Begin Japanology. The second one that I recommend, and sorry if I butchers, is Mamiro Marshmallow.
It looks like it's Mamiro.
Mamiro, yep. Thank you. And the third one is probably one of my favourite YouTubers is Studio Lorian. I will put all links down below. So since all that kind of distraction, these things mostly out of the way, let's jump into the final Crystal episode.
Alright, Sailor Moon Crystal episode 26, Replay Never Ending. It is the final episode of the season in which Sailor Moon has her final standoff with the Death Phantom. Now, the episode opened with something that Hellenjane came up with a pretty great term for, so I'll let her talk about it.
The Sailor Moon version of Kamehameha.
Yep, her Sailor Moon Kamehameha.
When it's sort of is that what I think it is?
Which is actually appropriate for something we're going to talk about a little later, but I'll leave that for later.
Yep.
But yeah, so Sailor Moon does her Kamehameha and teleports Tuxedo Kamen and all of the other Senshi back to right in front of the palace while she herself is swept away to the actual planet of Nemesis. Which means that once again, the Senshi are left out of the big climactic fight when they're supposed to be her guardians that keep her safe. I mean, she even calls in Tuxedo Kamen, and Chibiusa is sent to help her, but the ones whose destinies are to protect Sailor Moon get left out, and even the Queen is like, nah, we'll just wait for her to come back. And, she's the main character, I get it, but it's still frustrating that they always get left out of the important stuff.
And here's the thing. They wanted to go.
Uh-huh.
They expressed that they wanted to go and help. No matter what happens, they want to go. And I think it's pretty sad that Neo Queen Serenity told them no.
Yeah. They couldn't even do like they did when Sailor Moon was fighting Natalia and pull their energy and send it. They could only just sort of wait around and hoped it all turned out all right, which would really suck in that situation.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to know really quick, now that Neo Queen Serenity is fully awoken and we are seeing her in action, I really love that Crystal added the details back into her dress and made it more like it was in the manga. The dress that she had, both as Princess and as Serenity, Neo Queen Serenity in the original anime, it was its own design. It was heavily inspired, but it was a bit more simplistic. And I feel like, you know, putting those kind of Grecian details back into it just makes it more regal and elegant. So I'm really glad that they added those back.
And I'm also kind of glad as well that the bow, and it does look like a bow, does not look like wings.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, because in the classic anime, it's not that translucent, and it does look like it's a pair of wings. But when you get to see behind her, the bow actually is transparent. And in a particular white black background, it looked like it is a pair of wings, but it's just blending in with the surroundings.
That was a great choice. And speaking of Neo Queen Serenity, I love seeing how Usagi grew up and how she's, you know, like so graceful and wise and powerful. And it was something you saw in the anime and the manga, but just seeing it in this new format made me so happy. And once again, Usagi's voice actress, Kotono Mitsushi, just totally knocked it out of the park in making her sound like she's more grown up and wiser and a bit less spastic like she is as a teenager. So she did a great job. Thank you very much, Kotono Mitsushi. And I'm just happy about Neo Queen Serenity. Something else that I was excited about, which I have talked about my history with Chibiusa and how I never really liked her and how I wasn't really looking forward to her coming up in this arc of Sailor Moon Crystal. But I've been talking about how in this incarnation I've actually been enjoying her. I have never been actually excited about Sailor Chibi Moon, but her declaration that she was there in the name of the Queen, and when she did her own Sailor Senshi speech and pose thing, I was legitimately excited. I was hyped up about that.
I was freaking out.
I know.
It's like, in the name of the future moon, I will punish you. It's like, oh, that is so cute.
It's like, yes,
yes.
Chibi Moon, so good.
She finally has a proper introduction.
Yes. And when she and Sailor Moon are kicking ass together, it was really cool. I was really excited about Chibi Moon, and that is something I never thought I would say.
Yeah. She has had a major upgrade.
Definitely. I fully like Chibiusa as she is in Sailor Moon Crystal. I like her as a character. I like her as a Senshi. I like her story. Not only do I care about her, but I like her, and I never thought that would happen.
Thank you, Crystal, thank you, Crystal, for converting Katie into a Chibiusa fangirl. That's the best way I can put it.
Of course, they defeat Death Phantom and the planet explodes and it's all cool. And while Sailor Moon is out in space passing out after using all that power, Neo Queen Serenity is talking to the Senshi and talking about how she's going to give them an upgrade to their powers. And as she's stating their titles, they each get this sort of lucha-esque, sort of stained glass-looking portrait that I think is so beautiful. And they're close recreations of panels that were in the manga, but in color and with a bit of a touch-up done for the animation and stuff. They're gorgeous. They should print those as like bookmarks or posters or something, because I'd get them.
Wait, not posters. Wall scrolls.
Yes.
They look much more bigger. Not bigger, but much more better that way.
Mm-hmm. I just thought those were some really gorgeous pieces of art that they included. And something that Hellenjane brought up when we were discussing it, it is sort of like they're being officially knighted in this incarnation of their lives by Neo Queen Serenity as Sailor Moon's protectors. Sort of like, how Queen Serenity in their past life instated them as the princess's protectors. Once again, a queen is telling them, here is this extra power you can use to guard Sailor Moon, except this time the queen is future Sailor Moon.
And of course we probably know how they activate that new power in the Infinity Arc, but we do not know at this stage when or even if it's coming out.
Yeah,
So
we'll talk about that more in depth
near the end.
next time.
Yeah.
But Sailor Moon eventually gets herself and Chibiusa and Tuxedo Kamen back to the time gate so that they can all go home. And when she and Neo Queen Serenity are both thinking, I know I'm really not supposed to meet my past or future self, but I really want to, so I'm going to do it anyway. That's a very Usagi thing to do.
Do you know what weird? Do you know what is weird? The it's probably the exact same thing in the manga as well. But when Neo Queen Serenity grants her past self the fuse heart brooch, that she was usually, if something happens to her compact or crystal or whatever, she deforms. This time, however, she was still in her Senshi form when she was granted her new power.
That's true. I didn't really think about that.
It's
She never lost her Sailor Fuku.
Yeah, it's like, what?
I guess because technically she didn't, like, the silver crystal didn't lose its power, so I guess that could have been still powering it, but you didn't see it there. Like, her bow was just plain. There wasn't anything there, so.
It's like, it's like it was destroyed after Nemesis was destroyed, but got brought back thanks to her future self.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's a good catch. Oh, also, very poignant when Neo Queen Serenity grants Pluto her final resting place in the castle. Poor Pluto.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows she's going to be back, but still, poor Pluto. But, speaking of leaving characters behind, Usagi and Chibiusa share their moment after Chibiusa reveals that she has to go back to the future. Back to the future. But, and it's, even in Crystal, you didn't see too many scenes of Chibiusa and Usagi actually together getting along, but this was a nice scene with them together. And again, I know she's coming back, and ordinarily, at this point in the story, I'm like, okay, she's leaving. I kind of wish she would stay gone, but whatever. But I was actually sad because she was going, and it evoked an actual emotional response from me. And it's still so weird that I actually care about Chibiusa, but I do.
Will they say that she left for about 3 minutes or something?
Yeah,
They come back.
she's not gone for long.
Yeah.
Also, I Usagi's crying because she's leaving, and Chibiusa says, "Stop crying," and Usagi's like, "You're the one that's crying." And because that, I love when it shows that Usagi and Chibiusa, despite how much they argue, are really very similar. And that's a pretty good example of that.
And Usagi always hates saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
She always hates it.
Well, when you are a person who has the capacity for love that Usagi does, I think the idea of losing people in any way hurts because she allows them to become such a big part of her life.
Then before Chibiusa leaves, she gives Usagi her new wand.
So the Senshi have new wands and enhanced powers, and Sailor Moon has a new brooch and a new wand. So if anything else comes a calling, they will be prepared.
And I just love how the effect that comes out of nowhere for the portal for Chibiusa to go back.
It's very dramatic.
It ended up being like a full circle at first. Because it started with Mamoru and Usagi talking and kissing. It went back to that. But this time, when Luna P bounced on Mamoru's head, he just looked up. But what? And it's like, Chibiusa like, came down, turned around, hold a letter, say, "I'm back!" That's what I mean by she was gone for 3 minutes.
Yeah, she was not gone for long. And that little letter with the Queen Serenity stationery with the little chibi in the corner, it's like, it just goes to show that Usagi can grow, she can go by a different name, she can become this immensely powerful queen of Earth with her kingdom, but she's still Usagi. She's still kind of a dork.
Yeah. And
it's such a Usagi letter. Like, thanks for being a traitor. Here she is. Okay, bye.
And I just love how they left it off. I mean, I don't have the actual word up, but it's another French word which translates to "see you soon."
That's what that "see you soon" makes me think, that they are planning for another season. I'm pretty sure it'll happen because I know that Crystal was pretty divisive, but I think that it had enough support and enough of a fan base that it'll come back for another season. So I really hope it will.
Same here. It's just getting like the budget sorted and everything. And I mean, there's plenty of Crystal merchandise out there.
Yeah.
I mean, recently they released, I think, DVD 12 of Crystal, and it has, they had Black Lady, and how it was that she had her back, but she had her hair turned as well. It looks so gorgeous.
Well, that's good. And the fact is, it's Sailor Moon. It's going to do well if they, keep it up. Sailor Moon has never really had a problem. It's had slow points where nothing really big happened, but it has never not sold. So, I think that as long as they can get the budgeting and scheduling sorted out, that it's a pretty safe bet there'll be a second season.
And to be quite honest, that as long as the numbers are there, it's going to keep going. I mean, look over the past 2 years. Ever since when the 20th anniversary happened. Merchandises, replicas, figures, numeroids, blind bags, blind boxes. They know what works. And Crystal did work.
Yeah.
So, Thing is,
We'll talk. We will be talking more about the future of Crystal, what we think is going to happen, what we hope to see, and all of that kind of stuff in the next episode.
Yep. So we are going to take a break and let you have a listen to, if I get, there we go, Rainy Day Man.
This is one of my favorites from the English soundtrack, and I believe it is a Sailor Jupiter song.
Yep. So, well, we will see you back. And this topic is going to be a fun one.
Alright, enjoy the song, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
Rainy day, rainy day, rainy day. When I think about the first time, thought I found someone who cared for me. Things were not as they appeared to be. Rainy day man, on your shoulder I cried when my first brush with love left me shaking inside. Rainy day, rainy day man. Ever since I can remember, just like a brother, you've been strong and true. Always been the one to see me through. Rainy day man, you're much more than a friend. I would give anything just to see you again. Rainy day, rainy day, rainy day man. Always been the one to see me through. Rainy day man, on your shoulder I cried when my first brush with love left me shaking inside. Rainy day man, you're much more than a friend. I would give anything just to see you again. Rainy day, rainy day, rainy day, rainy day man.
Alright, guys, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed Rainy Day Man. Our topic for this month is a pretty interesting one, and it's kind of like our bigger topics in that it's something that you could really take a big look at as a big picture, but we're really focusing on what's specific to Sailor Moon, and that would be Japanese advertising.
Oh man, I could go on and on about it. But please, let's just, for now, we will get into like that other commercials later. But for now, let's just stick with the Sailor Moon classic ads. And
Oh, go ahead.
and these are really, really interesting ads, to be quite honest. And I love them.
the ads cover things like video games, including all of the fighting games and Another Story, which we covered in episode 7, if you want to have a closer look at those. Toys of the various brooches and wands, all of which I want very badly.
Me too.
Dolls, which I also want. Lots of, like, slider puzzle toys, like, match the picture or put the picture together. Those apparently were very popular.
And don't forget about the block puzzles, too.
Yeah, the block puzzles. And a few, like, educational personal computer toys, like, see and spell kind of things, and big toy calculators and stuff like that. Also, as the commercials progressed through the seasons, you saw some stuff for a bit more out there products, such as Sailor Moon brand Curry and anti-redness cool eye drops.
The most weirdest out of that for me is these, I don't know what they are, but they come out this weird white tube.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what those were. They look like sausages or something.
I'm gonna go with cheese.
Yeah, they could have been.
Yeah, I'm going with cheese.
But the commercial seemed to be talking about some kind of, like, card, and it seemed like you could trade the cards in for stuff. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But some of the ads also featured other popular cartoons and anime at the times, like Dragon Ball Z, Crayon Shin-chan, and Slam Dunk. Most of the ones for Dragon Ball Z and Slam Dunk seemed to be, like, promotions for specific TV channels, like, see all of this on our channel. Whereas the Crayon Shin-chan ones were usually toys that it was the same toy, but you could either get it in Shin-chan or Sailor Moon. But yeah, it's appropriate.
Just like the slider puzzles.
That was the main one you saw, Shin-chan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's appropriate that in the episode where Sailor Moon uses her Princess Kamehameha, she also shares some commercials with Dragon Ball Z.
That's how able to make the connection. I don't know why Bob was able to make the connection.
There you go.
There was one, I don't know what they were promoting, but it was like this, when we say, maybe in the Western world, we say giveaways or promote, send how many and we will be able to send you this. And by the...
Like, send proof of purchase of 5 boxes and we'll
like
give you this.
a pendant. And yes, back in the classic days, they had these, like, really, really nice, not like vintage, but kind of like Victorian style pendants that they had.
They're called cameo pendants.
There we go. And that we have this, how many to be sent to you. It is like how it was promoted was so funny that at the end they were actually fighting over it. It was so funny. Even like over the time between classic and Sailor Moon Yoko Ishida, and if you don't know his voice, search out the pre-tier opening. She was used to promote some products. Her first single was Otome no Policy, which of course some of you know that is Sailor Moon's ending theme. That was actually her debut song. So, thanks to Sailor Moon, guess where she is now? She's popular, she sings more theme songs and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So, it's... So, because of Sailor Moon, it was making people's dreams come true. And there was something really interesting as well. There was this love calculator. There's about 2 love calculators, I believe.
There was 2 or 3 different commercials.
Yeah, and they used the musical cast members.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first batch of the musical cast did the first one, then it changes.
It might.
Yeah. So, and yes, there was Love Calculators, and there was this very interesting Sailor Moon fortune teller thing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The commercials, as they progress through the years and the seasons, they show a couple of very important things about Sailor Moon during its heyday in Japan, which is firstly how much of like a cultural juggernaut Sailor Moon was. As you watch the videos, and we'll put links to the channel we watched and the videos we watched that had compilations of the commercials. But as the years passed and the seasons continued, more and more products, featuring Sailor Moon were introduced because it got more and more popular, so they started putting her face on more things. So you can make, Sailor Moon furikake and potato soup because they figured out that we can put Sailor Moon on anything and people are going to buy it because of how insanely popular it was. Also, when you watch these commercials, you notice that it's usually pretty young girls that are shown to be not only playing with the toys, but the toys themselves are really marketed to a younger age. It's all, like I said, like those learning calculators and slider puzzles and large block puzzles. And that ties into something that Kathy talked about in her interview last month, which is that Japan considers its younger viewers entirely capable of handling a show with the kind of challenging themes and plot lines like Sailor Moon has. Whereas Western shows that are catered to that age group are still usually pretty simple in terms of plots, they're slower paced, and they're more focused on things like early learning than actual story and characters. So when you watch those commercials, not only do you get a glimpse of, how huge Sailor Moon was in Japan, but it also shows the differences between what was considered age appropriate in Japan versus what's age appropriate in Western nations.
I just still love the Chibi Moon ad.
What, the doll?
Not the doll. There was this ad that had a kid pretending to, like, a younger kid, like younger than the Sailor Moon actresses. And she was like pretending to be Sailor Chibi Moon, and in the corner was Sailor Moon like, yeah, right. Is that abrasive? Then something happened, like, oh, so cool. I love that ad.
Well, there was an ad for the dolls when they introduced, like, the Outer Senshi and the Chibi Moon doll. Where the Chibi Moon doll, they, like, did the stop-motion animation of the Chibi Moon doll running, and that kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, it unsettled me. I could have done without that. But I think it was during the batch of commercials for the S season, they started introducing these toys, and there was dolls, and there was, like, play sets, and just various little, like, all sorts of toys, and they all interacted. If you pressed this replica of Sailor Moon's wand and pressed a button, it would make all of these different toys do something, and I thought it was so cool that not only do you have all these Sailor Moon toys, but they are all also related in that you can use this wand on them and make them do extra stuff. That was really cool.
Don't forget about that projector. Don't forget about the projector as well. It's really interesting how all the merchandises have evolved. And one thing that that I actually noticed, when it's really rare to actually find the PGSM ads. And the only one I can find was the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the phone that each of the girls got, and they get to communicate with them and get to change their was it the appearance? That's it. That's the only ad that I can find, and with that they used the actress who played Sailor Moon in the reincarnation.
I always thought that it would have been really easy to make toys for PGSM because they already had to design and make these plastic toys, basically, for them to use on the show as the actual props. So they pretty much already had it made. They just had to mass produce them.
Yeah, they are out there, and there are YouTube videos showing that people do have, like, the brooch, the with the fake lipstick. The ads are out there, but they're really, really hard to find. And because of that, we can't really talk much about how they promote their products, except for the phone.
One last thing to note about the retro or older commercials for the Sailor Moon merchandise is just how much special animation was created specifically to use in the commercials, and how they would actually use voice actors from the show, and the detail they would put into making the costumes for the girls to dress in while they were playing with the toys and stuff. Because usually Western ads for products related to that were tie-ins to an animated series, especially in that era, they would, use maybe a 2-second clip from the show that, had already been animated and play that 2 or 3 times in the commercial with some voiceover guy, and that was it. But the fact that they put so much effort into these commercials was a nice extra effort on the Sailor Moon marketing department's part that they created entire new animation segments. And honestly, the little dress-up clothes that they were putting those little girls in, I wanted some of those. That isn't even what they were selling, but they were so cool.
I think there was like one ad that it was this really like this case or something, like jewelry case, and Yuzaki was trying to get in, like, oh, what that, and zoomed off, like she was acting like a waitress. The outfits, they look so cool.
And I loved the girl they dressed as Super Sailor Moon, and they had those wings that like unfolded, and it's like, that is some actual animatronic engineering for this commercial.
Oh man,
it was so cool. Nowadays, Japan is known for its just totally crazy, bizarre, out there commercials. And especially popular are the ones that feature Western movie stars, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tommy Lee Jones. He did a whole series of commercials for this coffee where he's an alien. But that's kind of the thing about Japanese commercials now, is whatever they're for, they're, really weird and wacky and off the wall, and they get a lot of attention for that.
Yeah.
Tangentially related to Sailor Moon would be a commercial for cup noodles going on now, that's being shown now, where an old man eats these cup noodles and then turns into a magical girl.
It sounds weird, I know. There is a female version as well. If you're like, that is creepy. But if it's to sell the product, it does work.
Yeah.
Like, the first time when I saw the guy turn into a magic girl, like, what? Okay,
well, and that's the
that
whole
is creepy.
point, is because if they put out these commercials that get people talking, like, did you see this weird commercial, or that was so weird, I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life, then that just gets the word about the product spread, and you remember that product for your entire life.
All these, like, interesting ads that are out there don't get me wrong, there are normal ads as well. Like for music, there is like I don't know, it's like PS4 or Xbox One or whatever, but they're really strong on Nintendo stuff.
Well,
And-
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like when the new Nintendo 3DS came out, it's like this singer or actress or whatever came out and changed each of the outfits of the Nintendo characters to match up to the changeable plates,
Oh.
and it's really cool.
Uh-huh.
But like Katie said, we put the link of the one who actually shows the modern ads in the description below.
Alright. The weirdest Sailor Moon product that I saw advertised, I have to go with the pool eye drops. That's just so out of left field. Like, when you think of items associated with Sailor Moon, eye drops aren't really at the top of the list, but they were not going to lose that advertising opportunity.
Yeah, especially the star ones too.
Yeah, the stars, there was two. There was one for either S or Super S, and then there's one for stars where the Sailor Starlights are just hanging out by the pool while Sailor Moon puts her red eye drops in. Okay.
To me, the most weirdest one, it has to be this like study thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a study station. Like
Yeah, and the big draw seemed to be that it had that multi-layer chair that, like, the seat slid back so kids could use it as a step stool to reach the shelf.
and it's like somehow slides left to right.
And it's just, all that would happen is, like, these kids would play on this computer-like thing, and then Sailor Moon would pop out at the end, but none of the desk or the commercial itself had anything to do with Sailor Moon. She just kind of showed up at the end.
And this one also had the Crayon Shin-chan thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, what?
So it was weird.
But we have probably won the most weirdest thing ever for Mooch of the podcast.
That will be coming up after our next song, which is I No Senshi. It is sung by an artist we mentioned earlier, Yoko Ishida.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've never heard her before, which you probably have if you watched Sailor Moon and just didn't know it yet, you will hear her now and you'll know who she is. So please enjoy I No Senshi and we will be back.
「
guys, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed I Know Senshi. Our merch of the podcast is back, and this is definitely probably one of the weirdest ones we could possibly choose to cover.
Mm.
And with that, we do have a slight warning. It's not something we're going to discuss in depth, but this product does involve a certain female biological process. Mm. So if talking about that kind of thing really bugs you, we're going to show on screen right now what time you can skip to not hear the discussion of this product. Like I said, it's not like we're going to get graphic, but if it really just squeaks you out, we'll let you know where to skip to. That being said...
Well, this is what was decided ages ago during the planning process. Mm-hmm. So, no matter what, there's probably going to be attached to the ads.
We're thinking if we're going to talk about weird ads and the weird products that are advertised, this would tie right along with it, which is something you might have seen it and not thought it was real, but it definitely was. Sailor Moon sanitary napkins.
Yep.
They were only available in Japan from a company called Ellis. They were originally introduced in the fall of 2014 to coincide with the 20th anniversary stuff and the release of Crystal. But they were so popular that they had a second run just this past summer of 2015 that we're on the tail end of right now. Well, summer if you're in the Western Hemisphere.
And with this one, it goes back to what we told you about presents slash giveaways. With this one, and the second run, with the barcodes, you can get them scanned and you'll be into a draw to win limited edition Sailor Moon home good prizes. Some of them like sleeping masks, cushions, humidifiers, room shoes, and which we wish that we have over here more often in the Western world, wireless speakers.
And lamps and stuff like that. A lot of those home goods were actually pretty cool looking. I would, like them. The pads themselves came in various sizes and absorbencies, and according to a couple of reviews I read, they worked fine. They had several variations in packaging designs, both the individual wrappings and the group packaging. So you think of this product and you think, wow, they really will just put Sailor Moon's face on absolutely anything just to make a buck. And, to a degree, I'm sure that was part of it. But at the core of Sailor Moon is this message of girl power and, being strong and embracing your femininity and using it to be powerful. And that occurrence in a girl's life is, it can be scary, it can be painful, it can be awkward, especially if it's something that's just begun and you're not used to it. So, if some girl had some Sailor Moon pads and she was like, this really sucks and I don't like it, but at least Sailor Moon has got my back and that makes me feel a little bit better, then you know what, I'm fine. Use your Sailor Moon pads. Sounds fine to me.
The last time that I checked, you can get them on the J-list or J-box, depends on your age range.
Yeah.
They used to sell them. If I can find them again, I will put into the link below. If I can't find them, I will put an annotation.
Alright.
But I saw them before on the J sites. And
if they ever go up for sale again, I might order a package just to own them. Just to like keep around and be like, look what I have.
Yeah. So that's probably it for the for the pads and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
now,
believe Hellenjane had a small update on the Pulips.
yep, if you jump cut to this part, well, you're in for a bit of a treat. During the 3 months of the 3 topics, there has been a few pull-up dolls that has been released.
Which is
And
great because I love them and I want them so bad.
so this is especially for most of the outer Senshi. And also Human Luna.
Yay!
Yep. Of course, the quality is amazing.
Naturally.
Of course. And on the pictures that I found, even though I wish I could show you the deluxe bonus outfits for 2 of them, Uranus and Neptune will be coming with the Infinity school uniforms in the deluxe. And,
Cool.
And in for Pluto, which you probably be already seen or been shown in a moment, her deluxe will have her business outfit or her research outfit. And I think that is so cool. Because with the other deluxe outfits, there's been like a change of clothes or a piece of accessory or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But having something that is not a school uniform or school fuku,
Mm-hmm.
that is a really good break.
They should do like the Miko gear for the Sailor Mars doll.
Yeah.
That would be adorable.
That will be really, really cool.
I want those pull-ups so bad.
And there is confirmation that there is going to be a Luna pull-up in her human form. And with this one, it will come with a bonus hair clip.
Oh, pretty.
Yep. The bonus outfits and the clip can be purchased with the dolls on East Asia. I will put the Moon Kitty shopping link for the pull-up dolls down in the description so you know exactly where to go to find them and the costs. We will keep you updated if Sailor Saturn has been made, or any of the villains, or any more of the guys. I definitely want to see a Melvin doll done. I know it sounds corny, but
big swirly eye.
No, it has been confirmed that without those glasses,
Yeah, those
Melvin
aren't his actual eyes.
he looks like a hunk.
Yep.
And I just wanted for that.
To just have this beautiful face under these big swirly goofy glasses.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, if there's any more updates with the pull-ups, I will let you know. And yeah. So
I think that brings us to the end of the podcast for this month.
don't forget that we do have an email address, mooniethoughts@gmail.com. And now we officially have a Twitter account.
Yay!
So if you want to get to us faster, just go on Twitter and look up at Yukai56.
We'll include a link to that in the description, of course.
Yep, that's if you want to get videos faster, want to contact with us faster. If there's any important things Kate and myself would discuss, or if it's like a short thing, I will respond to you almost instantly. And the suggestions for the winner decision for Moonie Thoughts quiz section is now closed. We will not be taking any more suggestions, though we will, if there's any kind of topics you want us to quiz on each other, let us know. Now,
the final round of Moon Trivia Attack will be taking place in the next episode,
which is our final podcast of the season. This is basically reflecting on what we did. There'll be all sorts. And of course, our thoughts of Crystal, what worked, what didn't work, and all that kind of stuff. And it will be on the 2nd of October. In the Western Hemisphere, it will be the 1st of October.
Alright.
So
So as usual, we'd like to extend our thanks to Moon Kitty, the Sailor Moon Wiki, and wikimoon.org. This time we'd also like to thank Venus Star 1 and JPCMHD for their uploads of Sailor Moon and other various Japanese commercials. We'll have links to them in the description as well. And of course, thanks to you guys, our listeners. We do this all for you, and we appreciate all of your support.
So we're gonna sign off. Just a quick note, I'm so sorry that we didn't finish Nintendo month off in time. But after this podcast, there will be the final video for that month. So until then, bye!
Bye!